Hello, my name is Mark Churchward, and I'm a resident in Lee, and I'm part of a Christian community called Southend Christian Fellowship, but also part of a wider network of Christian church leaders, Christians who pray regularly for the borough, and Christians who are in positions of influence in the borough. And we work together and pray together for the well-being of all aspects of the borough's life. And as COVID hit, and as the issues particularly affecting our care homes and our hospital began to increase, within this grouping called Love Southend, we decided to increase our engagement in praying for the borough. And that has developed ever since last March, that is March 2020, through into where we are now. A number of people began to regularly walk to the hospital and walk around the hospital using their exercise time as an opportunity to pray for what was happening in the hospital, for the staff, for the patients, for the changes that were happening and affecting us all. And a number of people doing that discovered that they were walking past schools as well at the same time on their way to the hospital. And so they were able to include regularly praying for schools, management teams, pupils, families, whether they were in school or not, but an opportunity to remember to pray for these folks and the pressures that many families are under and schools are under during the whole course of this time. A number of folk within that network of people praying were not physically able to get out. They prayed from home, but then others decided that they wanted to take up this idea of prayer walking, of walking and praying at the same time for the welfare and the well-being of those around us. And so they took to walking their own immediate area. And so we've had people within this network and across other churches in Southend regularly on the street using their exercise time to not only benefit themselves physically, but to pray for the needs of their neighbours, their streets, their schools, the hospital, the care homes and other areas that are of need that we've all become aware of within the borough. And on one occasion, when there was a particular pressure point for the hospital, we felt we wanted to create a baton of prayer. So passing, as it were, a prayer baton from one person to another. In previous times, we would have done that by probably actually all going up to the hospital and walking around that area and praying for the hospital and patients and staff and so on. But COVID restrictions didn't allow that. But instead, one of the members of the group went to the hospital, took a video of a walk around the perimeter of the hospital, and then that video clip was sent to anybody who wanted to pray. And over a period of 6 hours, a number of people committed to praying for a half an hour each to follow through a baton prayer passing arrangement so that there was a consistent focus of prayer at a particular point of need for the hospital. So that's been the response of one faith community in terms of our prayer life for the borough during the course of COVID.